We're live? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, hello and welcome to the latest edition, obviously, of the community broadcast. Lorin Jameson here, executive producer for DCUO. As always, Jens Anderson, our creative director here. And we have a new addition, since we've gotten so much feedback in the past about how we're always looking off camera or doing something funky with our eyes. We now have the wonderful Debbie Sue Wolfkale as our official moderator and question asker. So Debbie Sue will be here today.
Monitoring to make sure that there's no looking off camera.
No looking off camera?
Nothing funky with the eyes.
Well, now that you're on camera too, a lot of the off camera with me and Chris long ago was sheepishly looking in your direction, seeing if we could say something. She's actually on camera now, just barely in the frame, but she's there.
So you'll be able to tell from her body language when we're getting into any territory that she's uncomfortable with. It'll be good.
I can still use hand signals.
That's right.
That's right.
They have to be good.
I swear if you hit me.
That's right, you're in range.
So, obviously, the big news this week is the announcement
free to play.
Going free to play, and that's really kind of what we want to focus on today. To get to answer your questions and make sure that everyone understands what we're doing here, because this is very exciting. I mean, we really believe we've created a program here that will allow everyone an opportunity to find out where they want to be, how they want to experience the DC Universe online, how they want to pay for it, and this gives us a lot of different ways of creating that experience for you.
And a lot of you are wondering, you've been asking questions on the forum or tweeting or Facebook, how is this going to change my game experience? What is this going to be like for me, and what is the impact going to be? And that's a lot of what we want to talk about today. What the various tiers are, how things are going to change for you, what it means to be premium, and what it means for you who have been playing since day one, and how this is going to affect you. We obviously think it's a great thing, and we're going to explain why. There's been a lot of sort of misunderstanding of some of the breakdowns that I've seen on the forums and discussions, so we're really going to take some time to answer a lot of questions that you guys have sent us about this new model.
Yeah. So I thought we'd start with just going as completely as possible, going over the various tiers that we're going to be offering. This is from day one. Now,
which way do you want to start from? You want to start from legendary or free to play?
Free to play.
Okay.
Let's start with legendary, because our players right now, that's what you are. You're legendary, and you will be legendary.
So the next legend is them.
That's right. They are already legendary.
It's you. I knew when we created that.
So for our current subscribers, everyone on day one of free to play will be converted to legendary access. And this gives you, of course, everything that you currently have and more. We've really tried to craft this to be something that just wasn't like, hey, you just get to keep on going the way you have. Instead, what we did was we said, well, let's do things like let's up the number of inventory slots. Let's make sure that day one they already have something more there. So we're up in the inventory slots. As you know, with DLC 1, with Fight for Light, we gave that to you for free.
Right.
What do you think we're going to do?
Keep giving those things for free.
We're going to keep giving that to you for free. So I think that's a really big deal, because we're excited. We're going to actually hint a little bit at our next DLC at the end of this at the end of our questions here. Shh. But don't tell anyone.
I didn't hear that.
But we decided that definitely as part of your legendary access plan, we wanted to make sure that every piece of content we release in this game is something that you get to enjoy day one, no transaction involved, no extra money. It's yours at play.
Now, people are saying, well, the DLC, we gave it to people for free. We did give it for free. We were always planning on charging for those, right? That was going to be something we were charging for. And when we did decide to give that first DLC for free and actually build this business model around the DLCs, that is an extra thing that we're throwing in there and a lot of added value that you'll see when we talk about premium, what that means. A lot of people have been asking, does this mean that updates stop? All those kind of things. We're going to answer those questions in a little later when we talk about that. So we're going to talk about DLC and updates separately in a little bit. Let's go through the tiers a little more.
All right. So that we've described the all-you-can-eat level of DCUO and
we call that the Larfleas level or something.
So actually,
I derailed him with nerdiness. That was awesome.
The next level is premium. So this is actually also of interest to a lot of our players that have played the game, at one time or another since launch, because on day one, everyone who has ever created an account on DC Universe Online.
Because that meant you bought the game.
That meant you bought the game,
right.
were a subscriber at least for 30 days.
You have spent $5.
You have spent your $5, and you will be premium.
For how long?
Forever.
And do I have to keep paying $5?
Nope.
Sweet. Everybody understand that?
It's
$5, you're in premium for life.
For life. You will always be premium. And really, the premium level offers, it offers actually the same number of inventory slots that you currently have. So if you come back to the game, all your stuff you left there will be there. And you will have no slots you have to empty or things like that.
Nothing's getting nuked.
Nothing's
with these
getting
transitions.
Nuked. Now the premium access level does come with 6 character slots. As I said, has the same number of inventory. We have that matrix up on the web. It tells about the various changes. There are really no real restrictions on it except for inventory, character slots. You will, if you always have the option to buy the DLC content that comes out. So
for $10.
For $10.
Right? Yep.
Different prices in Europe, but equivalent.
Sorry, guys, I always forget.
Yeah. So $10. You will be able to buy it
pounds.
On the PS3. You can buy it from the PSN store. On PC, you can buy it from the marketplace with your station cash. So you'll have lots of opportunities to be able to purchase the new content. We're gonna release that on about a quarterly basis to make sure that we always have new stuff coming into the game that is adding to the story and adding more value to it. So the premium level gives you all the gameplay opportunities you have right now. If you were a subscriber at the time that we gave out the DLC, you'll have that DLC access for DLC 1 right off the bat if you've lapsed or something since we've done that. But you always have the options to play that, create the characters. A question that's come up, say that you were a Legendary member and you create a character.
The Legends
like
plan, right?
Say you created a character that was Green Lantern, right? And you created this Green Lantern base character, green light, hard light character, and you go back to premium status. What happens to that character? You can keep that character. We're not going to take away your hard light character. Now, the content.
Can I make more?
Content that you can't make any more.
There you go.
Unless you resub, but you can keep the hard light character. So it's not that we're never going to take anything away from you. It will if you've fallen below a slot limit or something like that, you'll have the option to deactivate it. You can always buy more slots. If you're over on your inventory, it'll be there in overflow, and you just need to clear up some space or buy some slots to
so you
get
can
it.
Gain access. This is why we say gain access to our game your way. Play your way, right?
Exactly.
You want to go a la carte? You can.
That's right. You buy the things that you want. You make your value choices, and we're going to constantly give you more ways to enjoy DC Universe Online, and of course everything that you have right now will be free with your free to play. And that brings us to that first tier that everyone who first starts the game. Your friends that you've always talked about the game, but they haven't, for one reason or another, they've never played. Here's your opportunity. They can all come in. They can all play all the content up through level 30. They can do the Batcave raids. They can do Fortress of Solitude. They can do all the content in the game for free. Take them around, level them up. We're sure they're going to find some things that they really like. And I tell you that $5 trivial purchase gets you that premium access, but you never have to make that purchase. You get 2 character slots. You get some limitations on inventory. All that stuff is stuff you can buy from the store. So we really think with all of these options we put together that you'll find exactly where you want to fit in our model and find a place that you're comfortable with and enjoy this game for forever and ever.
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
How smart
Forever.
is that?
How smart is that?
And for those of you who have had friends that were playing for a while and they took a break from the game, let them know when they come back in, they're premium, right?
Yeah.
They are premium access right away. They're not going to have to go through the free-to-play stuff. They're actually going to be premium. They're right close to you at Legendary, and it's up to them whether or not they want to go ahead and purchase, some more DLC or just resub, and they'll get actually time to evaluate that while they're in the game with you, having fun again. So a lot of what we're doing here, this isn't just some business model that we're doing because people are theorizing this or that. A lot of this has to do with just getting people in the game and getting people in there to experience it with you without having that sort of risk of investment up front, right? And this is doing that for people. This is really gaining access, giving access to a lot of people that might have been hesitant either on the PS3 because they've never played an MMO before or a game of this size and scope with all these people running around in it. They don't know if they want to pay $15 a month. Where's the value? You get to decide now. You get to come in and check it out. So I think it's going to be great for you as a community to get more people in the game and have fun with your friends that you used to have fun with in there that took a break for a bit. So it should be cool.
So Debbie Sue, instead of us moving on to a different topic, let's handle some. Do we have some questions on the new business model?
Believe it or not, we do have a few questions. I'm seeing a few popping up here. How amazing!
No.
One of the questions is about the Legends Pack pricing. So that's the special 3-month Legends Pack.
That has been a huge question coming up.
Yeah.
And people are really concerned about whether or not that's going to go away.
Absolutely not. The Legends Pack, if you are currently a Legends player, you don't have to do anything. You will become legendary. The price will be the same under the Legends Pack. I'm sorry, I keep having to say legendary and legends and all that stuff. We're just.
Did we overuse the word a bit? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you can't overword it.
She can't.
It's such a good word. But no, and there was confusion about it. There was some confusion. All of your plans continue now. All the multi-month packages that we have available now will still be available once we do this conversion. So if you preferred to be on the 6-month plan or the 1-year plan, you'll still have access to it, same price. If you were on the Legends plan and you continue on the Legends plan, you will keep that price for as long as you stay subscribed. Now, I do believe the offer it comes to an end
November 1?
November 1st. So if that's the plan you're interested in, and you've just been trying to save money or just whatever it is, make sure you get into that plan by November 1 because it's a great bargain.
Right.
You get subscription, the Legendary access for $9.99 a month. It works out to
$29.99.
$29.99. That's actually $9.97 a month. So that's $9.96.
It is a very popular plan.
Yeah. So
yes.
Yeah. So definitely, if you're interested in that, check it out. If you already have it, do not worry. You can keep it.
Okay. Another question is, if I'm a legendary level of access, how does that impact the updates I'm going to see on a regular basis? So what will I be seeing when at that level?
So there was some confusion around there. There's no doubt a lot of we're going to have a lot of big content in our quarterly DLCs, but we will continue to be releasing regular updates.
Yep.
With that not only have things like content that we've already been introducing in our updates. But
they'll have some systems. Don't
some new
say
systems.
what it is. I'm actually going to be the guy that says don't say what this is right now.
He is so totally pulling back. I was going to give him every opportunity to do this.
I'm rubbing off on him in a good way.
Yeah.
We do have some cool stuff coming up. Obviously we've got the Fortress raids, which are going to be finishing up in some of the updates we have coming up, and we have a great system that I think you would find in a lot of
so you were
like
you're just going to hint all around it and then you stop me.
Yeah,
all right, so
I'm going to craft a little story and you'll see where it goes from there.
So it's.
Oh, you did it to me last time, so
that was really good. And it's also important to note that we're going to limit as much as possible you ever running into something in Gotham or Metropolis up in the open world that you can't do because you didn't buy this DLC or that DLC. So especially on the open world side, you can almost all of it that we introduce will be available to everyone, and we're really actually working a lot on adding new stuff to the open world.
And some of the DLC stuff will even actually start to appear in the open world as well. So you'll see things like this last DLC, the first one, Fight for the Light, had a lot of instances in it in terms of like going to Coast City or Oa and these great locations. Our next DLC is going to feature some great locations experience too, but it's also going to bridge the gap out into the open world, because we want to make sure that we're paying attention to both sort of that, very focused play that you do with your friends and also things that you do with the community out in the open world. So look for those things to start bridging the gap there as well.
All right, I have another question.
Okay.
If I don't go legendary at the beginning and later on I decide I want to become a legendary level of access, what happens with the DLC packs that I never got? How does that work? If I wasn't at the legendary access level, then 12 months later I decide I want to go legendary, how does it work with the DLC packs?
So if you ever buy a DLC pack, of course it's yours to keep forever. You will always have that on account. If you go to legendary, you will have access to every DLC we have ever released for the game. So if you do it 5 years from now, you'll have access to 20 DLC packs.
So let's say somebody comes in after.
Don't wait.
Let's say somebody comes in after they're a premium member after free-to-play goes live. They're going to need to get Fight for the Light, right?
Right.
Okay, so they pay $10 for Fight for the Light. Now the next DLC comes out, and the next DLC comes out, and 3 more DLCs comes out, and they've decided not to buy those, right? Then they go to Legendary. Bam, they've got all those DLCs at their access. They're making characters with new powers, taking advantage of new things. They decide they want to go back down to premium. They let their subscription lapse for some reason. The DLCs, these 3 DLCs, access changes for you at that point.
It does.
You do get Fight for the Light, you keep it. But like Lorin said earlier, if you made a character with a new power from over here, we're not going to yank that character away from you, but you're not necessarily going to go and partake in all those instances anymore because you're not at that level. Go ahead and buy which ones you like then after. I really like this middle one or the third one. I'm going to buy that one. So it fluctuates back and forth very nicely.
Yeah, and it's a pick or choose.
It scales up well.
You can buy them in the game as well.
Right.
Very easy.
Totally.
Yeah.
I have another question. People are really concerned if the servers are ready for this influx of all these people that are going to jump in.
Well, I think as most players probably on the US who are playing like on US PS3, because I understand that's where we had the most issues. We have been working tirelessly, and I think for the most part there's one more bug that we are trying to quash that has caused a problem, with the servers a couple times in the last 3 or 4 days. But that's it. Chat is all looking good. We've tested the server with up to 20,000 folks all at one time. That's just on one US PS3 cluster. So we feel very confident that we're going to have the big system.
We've worked it out.
This system was built to scale forever. We kept adding more machines. We could keep handling more and more people. So we're very confident in our servers being able to handle as many folks as you can throw at us. So bring them on.
Okay. A lot of people are wondering about the fact that we're limiting the cash that you can have at the various game access levels, and they're wondering how that's a valuable thing to have at the higher level, and explain what the real value is of that.
Sure. We are in a business here, and honestly, we've analyzed the spending patterns. Honestly, we have set up the legendary level to be. If you're a serious, I raid every night with my league. I'm on 10 hours a day. I am basically doing everything in the game to the max, and I am chasing every tier of armor and stuff like that.
We didn't really design the free-to-play tier for that guy.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
That is, we want the free access level to give you a taste of everything and actually allow you to do almost everything in the game. If you raid a lot and buy a lot of soda colas and you're constantly wiping, repairing your gears, there's no doubt you're going to bump up against the cash limits. That is what we in the business call friction. So it is. It's a little bit of friction. We're basically saying, hey, you're pushing against the limits of what the access level that you've paid for gives you automatically. And I'm not embarrassed to admit that. We're in business here, and this is how we make money. But we do. The important thing is the cash boost, which allow you to take money out of your escrow. They're going to come in increments of 10,000 and 25,000 K. Believe me, they're priced very cheaply. If you find that you don't have enough cash, you spend a couple bucks, get to 10K out of there, you're going to be covered for a week. spend 25K. You can buy as many of these cash.
Right.
You can never take more cash out of your escrow than you have, so you can't buy cash. But if you've earned cash and it's in your escrow,
yeah, you're not buying cash with this real money transaction.
No,
so actually, I do want to say, when we were testing this out, if you have $8,000 in your escrow,
8,000
cash, right? Don't buy the 20,000 to escrow withdrawal.
Right.
You're not going to get 12 free thousand cash out of that.
We'll give you a warning on that.
Yeah, we do give a warning. We do give a warning, but
you
understand what that means.
Yeah.
Your escrow is the cash that you have in the game. Okay.
In excess of what you have.
In excess of your wallet, the one you can access, your escrow, right? It's your hoard of treasure. Okay, and Legendary members get to dip into that anytime they want. If you want to play at the premium level and you need repairs and you need more money than that 2,000 is actually getting you, you can actually essentially, like a coin op or something like that, you're buying more time with that cash.
Yeah.
You're buying more time in the game. Which is what the subscription is doing for the Legendary characters. Unlimited time.
Right. And actually, and for the most part, if you can also go out and earn a little cash. And
totally, that's the cool thing.
Because you don't have to buy it. If you need to get a repair and you don't have enough, our game has plenty of ways of earning cash.
Some games actually will, really say you can only have this much in a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And that's not our system. Okay, so if you go into a raid or a duo or whatever, and you have a bad run or something, you come out, your cap's at 2,000, you spend 1,000 on repairs, you got 1,000 left, right? You can go out into the city, you can go out and do something else. You're collecting cash. That cash, as long as you have some available space in your wallet, goes into that wallet. You can fill it back up to 2,000 all day long, really, right? Anytime you're at 2,000, that then goes into your escrow and it's stored for you. Again, you don't even lose the cash. That's the beauty about this system. You're not even leaving anything on the table. It's waiting for you when you're ready to withdraw it or to sub up to the Legendary membership. I think it's a good throttle for everybody to choose the level of pace and access they have to the game. Not everybody wants to play 80 hours, a week on this thing.
There's a lot of good stuff to do with cash. We have a lot of cool items coming in.
Yep.
They'll be in, I think, right about the time
Yep.
the free-to-play transition occurs.
Yeah.
And there
Not
are
just
some
cash, too,
really,
marks as well.
Really cool things to buy in the in-game store that will get people a lot more access. They'll be a lot more tricked out looking.
Now you're talking dollars, not cash. And
Right.
yes, there'll be a lot of things to buy.
There are
a lot
both.
of things to buy in the store. We'll be launching with
Can you say bling?
Bling. There'll be a lot of
Finally
bling.
got some cool bling going.
There'll be
They have, literally, in one case. Woo! Bedazzle. So.
We've definitely had some interesting looks put together from our new
It's your way. It's how you want to play, how you want to dress.
That's the way you want to play.
There are some people asking about lifetime. If they are a lifetime member, do they get anything special?
Well, you go ahead.
Well, I mean, you certainly get everything that a Legendary player gets forever and ever. I know what people are asking on that. I don't have an answer to give you today, but we're looking at it, and I can understand that. And we've heard you. Let us talk it over, and we'll figure out what we can do.
There is a little something coming for people who are Legendary at the time we make the transition, and Legendary 30 days later, there's a little something.
There's a little gift to
There is a little
gifties.
something,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. You don't get it though.
Well, thanks.
So there will be.
I'm subbing on the PS3 right now. I should get it.
I've already stuck that in that you never
If
get
yens,
it. If
no
yens,
access.
No access.
Great.
And we will be announcing that soon.
Yeah.
Just say that in the description,
Not yens.
Yeah, tank, controller, healer,
Yens, no.
I know that people are also asking about how the content updates will or will not change. For instance, can you tell them a little more about what's coming in Game Update 5?
Well, we have Fortress 2 coming in Game Update 5. We have another PvP map, I believe, which is a deathmatch map taking place in the Hall of Doom, which should be kind of cool. I think they turned the pit into something.
The pit is a PvP map. Is it? It's a deathmatch, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And then there's
Hive.
Yeah, Hive hard mode.
The Hive hard mode.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
Oh, and dueling.
Right.
Oh yeah. Dueling. Sorry.
Dueling.
And hey, Fight Club guys, don't worry. This is just going to make Fight Club cooler.
Yeah.
Okay. So dueling is pretty neat.
And you don't. And now the Fight Club guys don't have to actually worry about the other guys the same faction as I. They can duel and do that.
That's not Fight Club. Fight Club, you gotta be on there with all the people getting ready for the brawl to break out. Usually it doesn't happen, so that's good. But
yeah, dueling's actually really cool.
wait, we're not even supposed to talk about Fight Club.
Right. Okay, another good question that I'm seeing is, what happens if you're legendary and you are the leader of a league, and then you migrate to the premium level? Is your league disbanded, or how will that work?
Absolutely not. So you know, and I don't want folks to think about this as being too big of a restriction, but as only legendary players can actually form the league. They're the ones that can do the invite that says, "Can you join me in a league?" and do that actual process. If you want to promote someone to the leader of your league, they need to be legendary. However, if they fall back to a different to premium, that's the only way. The only place you can fall from legendary is to premium, because if you're legendary once, you're premium forever. So we're not going to disband your league. We don't consider it a loophole or anything like that. It's not an exploit.
No.
If that's how you want, if you really want to be the leader of a league, but you don't want to be a legendary subscriber, you can kind of. I think you can kind of figure out how to do it. Means you'll have to be a legendary subscriber at least once. But we're certainly not going to be really hard about that particular thing. There's no point to it, and but we did want to make sure that that this was yet one more thing that was kind of a benefit of being a legendary access member, is that you get, if you want to form a league, just do it, and you can do that, and it's
And
one
please invite me.
and invite Debbie Sue. What's the name of your character again? What's her?
Do not do it. She is a ninja looter. Total ninja looter.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is a tank that rolls on controller gear. And she needs it. She says, "Oh, I don't have that style." Debbie Sue.
All
Wrong
right,
roll.
Moving on. One thing that people are also asking about is, will there be any changes to the UI?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. We've looked at the UI. We want to do a lot of changes to speed it up. First of all, get it a little faster, a little more efficient. There's definitely some bloat in there as we're experiencing on live a little bit, at least PS3. So we're gonna look at streamlining it. Also, we updated the journal with a new format that had a lot of filters and a lot of functionalities, and it's just a much better format for our UI. And we're going to look at other menus, other UI functionality that can benefit from screens like that, so that it becomes, the UIs are very different in every screen. We want to try and start getting things a little more usability-wise streamlined, and also just have those filters you guys have been asking for. We'll be hooking those things up in the future. It's not coming in Update 5 right now, I'll tell you right now. We will be working on those things in the future, but I don't have a date for you yet.
Yeah, but there's a truism in game development that the UI is never done. It's never done. We'll keep on making it better, keep on improving it, and make sure it lives up to expectations. So we got the high sign there.
Yeah, we only have time for a few more questions.
Oh, and I got to talk about something too.
Yeah, we got to have a minute at the end. So one more
I
question.
have.
Oh, okay, good.
Another popular question is, will marketplace items be more powerful than in-game items?
No.
Nope.
The most powerful items we have in the game are the tiered armor and weapons. Now, technically it's part of a DLC, so I suppose, but you will never be able to go in the marketplace and get
we should be clear about that.
The gun of your dead is never going to appear in the marketplace.
That kind of like items that you would just buy that are just like, here's your game-winning item. Those kind of things aren't on the marketplace. Those are convenient items or appearance items or things like that. Luxury items, you might call them, right? We're not selling power on there. Although, let's be clear and honest, if you're in the premium plan and you don't buy the DLC and you suddenly think that hard light is overpowered, that's an area we really can't do anything about. You're choosing not to participate in the expansion of the game, and that's okay.
But
that's
you still
up
have to
you.
go out and earn that stuff.
You would still, even if you bought it, you would have to go out and level that character. character. You'd have to find the drops. There's work that goes into other players obtaining that stuff. And if you don't want to participate in that, that's all right. But I don't think that's selling power on the store. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah, you should have no concerns about that. Convenience stuff, things that upgrades to make to add the things to your account, like slots and things like that. They'll be there, but yeah, no power.
Okay. There's a lot of questions about looks, and again on the UI topic, will we ever get a face style tab so we can wear a mask and a hat at the same time?
So that is a question we're going to need to talk to some of our client guys and the artists about. Yeah. Really, I mean, technically, I'll get a little technical with you guys. There's things called draw passes, and when you add different slots and things to characters, there's a cost to that. Okay, so we have a certain amount of character slots right now that's targeting an area where we can handle the variety on the various characters and items that are going to be flooding into the Hall of Doom, for instance. Even just adding that one extra draw call or pass that you do for that appearance item adds a lot. It just completely exponentially adds a whole nother hit to things. So we can look at it and think about it, but I don't know if we can.
It's definitely
I like the idea.
The tech we have right now, we would have to actually make a combination of all hats and all masks, and say that you'd have to put on the top hat with the Green Lantern mask, and then we'd have to make it. So that's why we don't do it now, because you have just one slot on your head. That's technology, that's code. That can always happen. We don't have it planned for any time.
We like the creative
next near term
angle of it.
Yeah, no, that would be great.
We'll see if we can technically do it.
It's just a limitation we have right now.
And then, did you actually say the cadence at which we would be releasing DLC packs? About how often do you think those are coming?
About every 3 months, quarterly. When you get around, the holidays, things get kind of, dicey because, PS3 folks take a long vacation.
Only the PS3
No, we
people do.
always work. We always work. Last Christmas, what did you do last Christmas, Debbie Sue? Yeah.
I believe I was right here with
you.
I ate Austin's pizza at my desk. It was awesome.
Pizza, right? But this next holiday season, it will probably be a little different. But yeah, about every 3 months, to get that out there. We will always be shooting for the quality bar to make sure we're there. So give us a day on any side of that to make sure that everything's right. But that's what we're aiming for, and that's what we.
And again, there will be updates in between.
Updates in between.
And those will be varying sizes. We'll be straight out honest with you right now. Sometimes they're going to be really heavy with certain features, and sometimes they'll be, hey, we added some cool stuff over here. It'll really vary the updates. It depends.
Basically, updates will allow us to get out the cool stuff that we have as fast as possible.
And that's the key we talked about today too, getting them out as fast as possible, right? We don't want to hold up an update to make sure it's a certain size necessarily. We just want to get the stuff to you as fast as we can.
Right.
DLCs are different. Right, those 3 month quarterly things are different. They're scoped to be here's the cool
package.
Thing. Here's the package.
Here is something that you really want.
So I hope that clarifies things for you guys.
One last question, since you brought up holidays, there are several people wondering if we're going to do anything, kind of fun for Halloween content.
Spooky, huh?
Yes.
Yes, we were just meeting about that today.
Yes, we were meeting about that today. We got some cool things planned for you guys. There is an iconic that will be involved, and gosh, who could it be?
Is there any? There's pumpkins too, I believe.
Oh yeah, we'll factor pumpkins in there.
Nice.
Some pumpkins.
There will be
scary.
some from spookiness coming.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'll be cool.
And then I know Jens wanted to, of course,
yeah,
so we'll turn it over to Jens.
We released Fight for the Light. We're talking about DLCs and what you're going to expect in the future, and this free-to-play model and how that all factors in. So let's talk about DLC 2 really quick and confirm some things that we might have been talking about in the past.
What?
Yep. So you notice this shirt I'm wearing, a little Flash shirt. So yep, DLC 2 is going to be Flash-centric.
Yeah. Debbie Sue is freaking. We've
I know,
done
she's
it.
freaking out.
We finally.
I know, it's going to get worse.
There went the press release on that. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Give me one little taste of one thing that people who know their comics might find in the DLC that they would go like, wow.
Okay, so a little nerd stuff here. So we let me back up and then I'll answer that question. So really quick, our DLCs are all about introducing new story opportunities into DC Universe Online. So with Fight for the Light, we introduced Green Lantern lore in a new level. We had Green Lantern at launch, but this introduced a new core. It really expanded the mythos and focused on those characters. It's a great launch pad for more Green Lantern stuff to do in the future, okay? So DLC 2 with Flash, what are we doing? Well, that thing we're introducing that's really cool, the Cosmic Treadmill. A little while ago, I tweeted a little blurry picture for you guys, like what are we working on here? That was the Cosmic Treadmill. And later, I'm gonna blast out an image to you guys at DCUO on Spittle, or at Spittle, and you're gonna get a little peek at that treadmill. That treadmill is gonna be cool, because what is it gonna do? If Flash is going to get on it, he can get on the Cosmic Treadmill, use his super speed, and go into the Speed Force and go back in time and things like that. So we're going to take players on the Cosmic Treadmill into the Speed Force, going to go back in time and be a part of Barry Allen's origin. So this is going to be a great launch pad for us, the Cosmic Treadmill, for origin stories in the future. So I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be awesome.
So I'd never actually heard of the Cosmic Treadmill until it started coming up in meetings. I had to go look it up and go like, wow. That is.
It's pretty cool.
Well, it's a little weird, but it's cool. It's like.
Hey, man, we got talking monkeys in this universe.
I thought the guy would.
Time machine.
I thought the guy could run fast. He can also run fast and go back into the past. I'm sorry.
You know what we need to do? We need to put crypto on the Cosmic Treadmill, and Grodd can monitor the system.
Are we out of time yet?
I think I'm
All
right, guys, so we're really excited about the next one, and look forward to more stuff in the future on that, and I'll give you a little sneak peek in a little bit, so check it out.
So, thanks for joining us on the community broadcast, and thanks for Debbie Sue to be part of this dynamic trio. And we'll see you next time.